Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. Let's find out what's going on the economic calendar today. Overnight data in form of the CPI numbers from the New Zealand disappointed the market participants. There is a drop from 4.7% to 4%. Data from Japan in form of the exports, imports, and trade balance were mixed bag of the data. Some of them were better, some of them were worse than expected. Actually, they are not that much important data, so they will not do like a very big difference here. Data from the UK, one of them is very important. CPI data from the UK are showing the decrease from 3.4% to 3.2%. Nevertheless, that's more than the expectations of 3.1%. So actually, it's the CPI is decreasing, but not that fast as the market participants expected. As you can see, you got PPI, CPI, input, output, plenty of the indicators here, so they will definitely have some kind of an input on the cable prices and the British pound whatsoever. The same situation is here on the Eurozone. CPI data from the Eurozone are expected to be released at 11 o'clock this morning. We got the CPI, core CPI, CPI excluding tobacco and stuff like this. Generally, the market participants expect the CPI to decrease from 2.6% to 2.4%. Then what do we have is the IIF meetings in the USA and the continuation of the Eurogroup meetings in the Eurozone. During the New York session, we got some data here that are quite important. We got crude oil inventories at 4:30, and the Cushing crude oil inventories, as well as you can see plenty of the minor data releases in the meantime as well. What else? ECB Schreiber will give a speech 5:45. Bank of England Governor Bailey will give a speech at 6 o'clock. The Fed Beige book is scheduled for release at 8 o'clock. Then we have speeches from the MPC member Haskell and the ECB President Christine Lagarde. The end of the day will be the speech from the FOMC member Mester, who will give a speech at 11:30. So plenty of speeches, plenty of data scheduled for release. Let's find out what's going on the euro dollar ahead of the CPI data release, and then we'll take a look at the British pound after the CPI data released. For our chart of the euro dollar is showing us deterioration towards the level of 1.0603, and then a very nice bounce towards the technical resistance at 1.0657 from the extremely oversold market conditions. Nevertheless, we are still trading below the supply zone, major supply zone here, located as usual between these levels here. Let me just grab one more level to show you guys this situation here. I think I will move this one. There you go. So the supply zone is between 1.0696, 1.0669. So we should see some sort of the movement to the downside if the market will enter this zone eventually. We are trading below 50, 100 periods moving average, below the long-term trend line. I mean long-term for our time frame chart. So there is still visible pressure on the euro, and we got new swing low. So there's a definition of the downtrend, at least in the short term. The next target, as we spoke about it a couple of days ago, the next target for the bears is still 1.0521, 1.0500, and 1.0452. What's going on the British pound after the data was published? That's a gold. We want to talk about the British pound. Let me just switch to the daily, to the 4-hour chart. So we broke below the key short-term technical support after 2 days of testing it. A low was made at 1.2407. The lower range of the key short-term support is 1.2426. So 20 pip breakout to the downside. Then, due to the extremely oversold market conditions, we have a bounce to the upside and the pin bar made here. So we got this pin bar here, green pin bar, to the upside, and then rejection just ahead of the 50 periods moving average. And today we are printing the bearish engulfing pattern on the 4-hour chart. So this momentum here bounced very nicely from the extremely oversold conditions. Nevertheless, the bulls are having problem to break above the level of 40 points on the RSI and then move towards the 50 points on the RSI, the neutral level. So bearish pressure is still visible on the 4-hour chart. The outlook remains bearish because the key short-term support is violated. The next target for bears is 1.2376, and as you can see, we are just accelerating to the downside. There is still room here on a daily time frame chart on the RSI. There is still room to the downside on the chart as well. We should see more downside on the British pound. Okay, we talk about the gold. Let's find out what's going on here. We got this very specific candle as we analyzed it yesterday. This is a reversal candle after new all-time high was made at 2,430. Then we have some kind of a pullback and then bounce to the upside. And today we are trying to make another swing high. We already trading below the above the yesterday's high. 2,392 level was hit. Let's find out what's going on the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, you can clearly see this very nice pin bar here. That was, of course, the defense of the technical support at 2,318. We got the confirmation movement to the upside towards the 50 periods moving average on the 4-hour chart, and now we are oscillating around this level, waiting for a breakout above 2,392 towards the all-time high at 2,430. The outlook remains bullish because we got very nice, strong and positive momentum. And last but not least, what is going on the Bitcoin ahead of the halving? Halving is just in 2 days, and as you can see, the Bitcoin is under the bearish pressure. We bounced from the technical support at 60,410. We moved towards the 50 periods moving average, as you can see here. Then we reversed after the shooting star candlestick pattern-ish, shooting star-ish pattern was made here. Okay, let me just zoom in. We've all seen the context. Then we have the confirmation and extension to the downside. Finally, we settled the floor at the level of 61,709. A little bit of the bounce, and now we are hovering around this area. Nevertheless, the outlook remains bearish. The momentum remains bearish as well. Because as you can see, the sentiment is rather negative. This upside and downside movement are typical for this market ahead of the halving. Nevertheless, one last thing you need to notice looking at this chart is that we can't actually break back above this short-term trend line on the 4-hour chart. The market participants, just especially bulls, they just are not strong enough to move above this level. When the halving is done and the reversal will happen sooner or later, the next target for bulls is of course the new all-time high. First projected target $75,000. And last but not least, let's take a look at the Ethereum. We didn't look at this for quite some time. There you go. So what is Ethereum doing? Let me just switch to the daily time frame chart. You can clearly see that the Ethereum extended the down move even more. We are clear trading below this short-term trend line, which is here. We are trading below 50 and 100 periods moving average as well. So the outlook remains bearish. There is still room to the downside on the RSI. RSI is right now at the level of 40. There is room to the downside for this market to move. We got only this local high working as a technical support that was tested before. It's located at 2,715. Okay, so that's the technical support. Might be major one before the reversal. Now we yesterday 2 days ago we got this very nasty looking pin bar here, which might inform us about the potential of the of the bearish pressure. And now please take a look at this. If this is the wave A, let me just mark it for as the last analysis for today. ABC correction, right? Because we still think this is the correction of the, so wave A, eventually wave B, and now we are doing the wave C. One more very important thing is that let me just get rid of this magnet. One more very important thing is that in the wave C, for the zigzag correction or irregular flat, I'm not quite sure, 1 2 3, maybe zigzag, it looks like wave A is a 5 ways, so 5 3 and 5. If the wave C is in 5 ways, we got wave 1, wave 2, big wave 3, wave 4, now wave 5 to the downside, and ABC zigzag is ready to be terminated on the daily time frame chart of the Ethereum, and the Ethereum is ready for another swing to the upside. Please pay attention to the key technical support 2715. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I think we are going to speak again tomorrow, last day before the Bitcoin halving. So take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.